Have you ever stopped to think about who's watching you online and why? From the moment you wake up and check your phone to the time you go to bed, your every move is being tracked. But why does this happen? Shoshana Zuboff, in her eye-opening book, The Age of Surveillance Capitalism, reveals a hidden truth. Companies are not just watching you, they're trying to predict and influence what you do to make money. But how did we get here, and what does it mean for you? Surveillance capitalism is a term that describes how businesses collect lots of your personal information. This includes where you go using location tracking, what you search on the internet, who you talk to through your messages and contacts, your browsing habits, when you sleep and wake up, how often you charge your phone, biometric data like your fingerprints. All this information helps companies understand your behavior and sell it to advertisers who want to show you specific ads. Imagine every click, every search, and every interaction building a detailed profile of who you are and what you might do next. But how did surveillance capitalism start? It didn't happen overnight. Back in the 1970s and 1980s, economists like Friedrich Hayek and Milton Friedman believed that fewer government rules would lead to more innovation and growth. Because of their ideas, many laws that protected workers and the environment were removed. This made it easier for companies to collect and use your data without many restrictions. Fast forward to today, and companies like Google and Facebook have taken this data-driven approach to a whole new level. Google was the first big company to use personal data to make money. By showing you ads that match your interests, Google's revenue increased by 3,490% in just 4 years. Facebook followed the same path, making their privacy policies longer and harder to read. This allowed them to collect even more data from users without them really noticing. In a 2015 study, researchers found that 90% of the top 1 million websites shared personal data with about 9 other companies. Most of this data went to Google and Facebook. Plus, many apps on Google Android devices had trackers that collected your information, even when you weren't using the apps. At first, people were upset about these invasive practices. They worried about their privacy and how much data was being collected. But over time, these practices became so common that they started to feel normal. People began to accept data collection as just another part of using their digital devices. Take Google's Street View and Glass operations as examples. Google Street View cars were secretly scanning Wi-Fi networks and collecting personal information, which led to legal problems in several countries. Similarly, Google Glass faced privacy concerns, but was later changed to be used mainly for businesses, hiding its original data collection features. Even games like Pokémon Go collect location and contact information to help businesses attract more customers, even though they seem like just fun games. So why should you care about surveillance capitalism? You might think, I have nothing to hide, so why should I care? But privacy is important for everyone, not just those with secrets. When companies know too much about you, they can predict and influence your actions without you even realizing it. Hal Varian, Google's chief economist, said that the goal is to know what you want before you even ask for it. This means companies are collecting detailed data, including emotional analytics that can detect your mood based on your facial expressions. Companies like Realize have built large databases of human emotions to improve their advertising strategies, ensuring they can guide you towards specific behaviors and purchases. This level of data collection leads to behavioral manipulation. Companies use data to change how you think and act. For instance, Facebook admitted to changing newsfeed content to influence how people think. Pokémon Go served as a test run for location-based advertising, helping businesses attract more customers by making their locations hotspots in the game. These practices show how companies can control our behavior without us even knowing it. In 1948, 2 important books were published: B.F. Skinner's Walden 2 and George Orwell's 1984. Skinner imagined a perfect world controlled by behaviorism, where society runs smoothly through data-driven decisions. On the other hand, Orwell depicted a dark world under constant watch, where every move is monitored and controlled. Surveillance capitalism is more like Orwell's dystopia, where companies monitor everything we do. Automated systems, like Google's car contracts that can disable a vehicle for missed payments, show how surveillance capitalism can intrude into our most personal spaces. But there is hope. Here's how you can fight back and protect your privacy. Awareness. Understand that your data is valuable and being collected. Knowing how much data is collected is the first step to taking control. Protect your data. Use privacy settings on your apps and devices. Be careful about what information you share online. Simple actions like adjusting your privacy settings can make a big difference. Support regulation. Advocate for stronger privacy laws to protect your personal data. Push for policies that require companies to be clear about their data collection practices and give you more control over your information. Choose wisely. Support companies that respect your privacy and are clear about how they use your data. Choose services that prioritize your privacy over data exploitation. Educate others. Share this knowledge with friends and family to build a community that values privacy. The more people understand the importance of data protection, the stronger our collective push against invasive practices. Studies show that 73% to 91% of people reject targeted advertising when they know how their data is used. When people understand the true scope of data collection, they become outraged and push for change. Shoshana Zuboff's The Age of Surveillance Capitalism teaches us that after events like September 11, 2001, privacy laws were weakened. Now, very few laws protect your personal data from being collected and sold. This data includes browsing history, phone numbers, email addresses, location history, biometric data, psychological profiles from social media. As more smart devices enter the market, data collection becomes even more detailed. But we can make a difference. By staying informed and taking action, we can push back against surveillance capitalism and protect our privacy. Thank you for watching Blink and Learn. If this video made you think differently about your online privacy, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to check out our next video on a book that critiques how wealthy elites and corporations engage in philanthropy and social initiatives that often maintain the status quo rather than affect real systemic change, where we uncover the true motivations behind corporate social responsibility efforts and provides insightful case studies. Let's work together to create a future where our data is respected and our privacy is protected.